Hi, this is Luke from Sleeping Giant Media. I am the Digital Leader of the Year and Entrepreneur of the Year from Kent, but you will know me as James's geeky neighbour. Yes, that is right. And I'm here and on behalf of the Recruitment Network to answer a couple of questions about some of the changes that have come up with the new Google Jobs search, which is actually in the US at the moment and possibly moving to the UK later in the year. So one of the questions that has been posed to me is, should recruiters embrace these changes? So just a quick overview of what the situation is. So Google are about to release, or have released in the US, a way to search for jobs specifically. So rather than necessarily searching for something and going to a jobs board or a job provider's website, you can actually do the search specifically within Google. You can sort of click on sales jobs or marketing jobs or something like that, and it will give you specific listings there. From that point, you can then click on that job listing and go to the website where the job is available. Now, what this does is it massively changes the way that people interact with the search engine in order to find jobs. You could see kind of pretty big implications around the amount of money the jobs boards make, because ultimately this is kind of cutting them out to a degree. People are doing a search before they even get to the jobs boards. So what the recruiters need to do in order to kind of embrace this is actually to look at what's called schema markup. So basically going to your job section and tagging certain elements to make sure that Google's new way of indexing it picks up those kind of key elements and brings that job to their search engine before they do it. So I don't think it's something you can ignore as a recruiter. You have to kind of, if you've got jobs boards or you have jobs on your site, I do think you're going to have to get involved with it. One of the speculations I've got is that you may have noticed that or heard recently that Google's been fined £2 billion or 2.4 billion euros or something like that, so it's pretty significant, and that's based around the fact that they are accused of manipulating the search results to favour their own job ads. Now, what I would speculate here is that what they've been fined for is actually a much lesser thing than what they're proposing with the job ads, in a sense that actually they are potentially going to cut out other people that make revenue during that process. And I suspect what you'll see is that they will then monetize this. Although they're offering this for free at the moment, they may well monetize this later on down the line. So there is a speculation, or I'm speculating, that this may not ever roll out in the UK. I could be wrong, and I'm happy to be wrong, so I still think you have to prepare for it. But I wonder if actually, in light of the recent fining, this might not be a wise move on Google's behalf to kind of roll out something which I would suggest would infringe more heavily on what they've actually been fined for, which relates to their Google shopping ads. So definitely get involved and keep an eye on it and make sure that you are ready for it. I don't think it's a big change. I think you can essentially make a few kind of changes to your templates, and then you can, once you've got one in place, the rest will kind of roll out. And ultimately, once you've done that, you'll be ready for it. And if it doesn't happen, it's not going to cost a huge amount to kind of adapt it.